And good morning everybody, my name is Osa and we are playing Farming Simulator 22 on Glenleathann. And it's the 3rd day of September. It's raining. Actually, it's going to be raining a lot. At least it's going to be raining for the first part of this afternoon. I was planning to rain tomorrow. All of October and as much of November as we can see coming. So, not going to get a lot done today. I have spent a couple of off hours, and I mean a couple of off hours, unloading the silage pit. Now, one of the things I have found is I uncovered the silage pit at this end, but shoveling up, it only brought us down to about here. In order to free the rest of it, I had to come down to this end and then uncover it again, which is why we have a stack of stuff there. The Kubota's had an upgrade. We paid 5,000, got ourselves a little PTO thing, which hopefully we can put the weight on. Oh, I know we can put the weight on. Hopefully the weight's heavy enough. We've also got this that came up in the store literally just after I finished last week's stream. So I've bought it. We can use it to spread lime and fertilizer, both of which we need to do on our corn. Well, sorry, the fertilizer we need to do on the cornfield. The lime we actually did on a couple of contracts, which gave us a little bit of money, so that we could afford the weight. I had to switch the weight to the back of the Kubota so that we could shovel some of the whatever that stuff is, silage, into the trailer. The trailer's not very big, so it's taken me a lot of trips. Fortunately, the BGA is just over that rise, so I don't actually have to drive that far to unload it. Meanwhile, down at the store, which is where we're going, since it's raining, we might as well go and pick up a couple of new purchases. To be perfectly honest, I can't actually remember how many new purchases I have. But a lot of stuff came up on sales. The electric tractor came up twice, so I didn't buy either of them because they're not really the sort of horsepower I'm looking for. I think as a small tractor, the Kubota at 141 horses gonna have to suffice. I do think it's a little bit underpowered because of the hills on this map. Technically, it can run the windrower practically only on flat ground. So I do need something a little bit more meaty in the engine department. A Fendt 700 has come up for sale, which can run a base model's 150. I think the fully upgraded is about 228, but it would cost us 130,000, and we don't have that money free for right this minute. So,
can I watch TV?
Quietly with the door shut. Oops. Don't know, I think the one thing that's missing on this map, which would be helpful, is street signs. It's something that was included on the oh, what was it? The previous map, Maypole, that would indicate, oh, there's a turn coming up on the right. And towards the end of that, I'd taken very much into using the signs to prompt me when it's time to do something. Okay, we have a safety weight, which wasn't on sale, but I do think I need a little bit of a heavier weight on this tractor. So that's another one of Smetty's little things. Now this trailer, there was actually 2 for sale, so I bought one of them. And we bought that, loaded it up with packets of fertilizer. So basically the idea is let's do that, there we go. So basically, yeah, you can't pick up a big bag of fertilizer with your hands. These things, theoretically you can. Okay, this is the other thing that came up for sale, which I thought, oh, that's good, because we want the matching forage harvester for when we actually start doing our corn harvest. So, I didn't check the lights. Are the lights working? Yep, okay. So, we will get this fertilizer back to the farm. And that's not the cheapest way to buy fertilizer. Obviously the big bags are cheaper, but since you can technically load a tractor with, or load a tool with by hand with these bags, for slightly more realism, we're using the bags for now. Teaspoon. I suppose I could have looked to see what was actually on sale while we were there. I guess we'll get back to the yard. It's nearly time to stop rain. Well, it's nearly into the last hour of rain. Okay, that's kind of warm. And I think I want to get an engine upgrade on this too, but not right now. We can worry about that a little bit later. Get back in the cab. Not for any practical reason, just don't do a lot of cab driving. This is, I mean, as much as I've said, you know, there's no street signs, there's no little orange flashing lights at the side of the road by the crossings. I do like that we've got a town, we've got farmland close by, and the town doesn't feel out of place. A lot of maps, you've got 2 houses and there's sort of, okay. That's a thing. Should probably pay attention going down here because the road does turn off a little. Now all our tractors got serviced earlier today, I think. And I figured I do need the safety weight on this. The steering is very vague, when even with the 18,500 litres of silage in the trailer. So I'm definitely inclined to keep that there. Is this our field? This is our field on the right. And I also have a partial bag of lime somewhere. There, next one. I will put that there. A little low there for some reason. Anyway, back that onto that. Thank you. I'm gonna check the store. So yes, this is still around. Would be nice, but don't need that. I think there's 2 of these. I kind of considering I would like that, but again, not something I could justify right this minute. There's a header trailer, there's a manure truck, there's another manure truck, Land Rover. Yeah, I didn't use the other one that frequently. There's one of those. There's a straw chopper, a log fork. I'm not sure what that's for. There's the other one of those. There's a couple of belts. There's the other trailer. Fence 700. Another bale trailer, which says 32 bales, which I guess means it has auto load on it. Oh my goodness, what is this? We have a weeder. We have a windrower, and we have a hoe. That would be kind of nice to have, although I was planning on probably doing the what is it? Horse equipment. So it seems for FS22 buckets have a push and shovel function, and it will gather more than it holds, and then as soon as you leave the bounds of the silage bunker, it will drop the excess. But that's basically designed so you can push the silage with the bucket. At least that's my assumption. That was pretty much the strength of the bucket, but you can basically come to here and then push, and it will push more than it's capable of holding. In I think previous versions of Farm Sim, you would collect the limit of the bucket and then it kind of got stuck. But that's why we're dropping a big pile of silage at the entrance to the silage clamp every time. So I think where we are now, we have one full trailer, one partial trailer, and then this bunker will be done. Oh, we managed to pick up 16 litres there. That's weird. Interesting. This silage bunker is now not reading as silage in it. I don't have any mod that allows me to uncover a bunker and load more into it. So I don't know what the deal is there. I think it's possibly the whole, the silage clamp has two ends. Still, as I said, I'm expecting about 1 and a bit trailer loads here. Once that's all done, I'm guessing it will finish raining by then. How much are we loaded? 9,000. So I'm generally finding an isometric view when front loading helps with the depth perception. Not by much, but at least a little. I believe when we wandered through the other bunker, it's about... I can't remember, I think it's about a third of the way. So lunchtime on October 1 would be the date that it's all finished fermenting. It's 11,000. Then you cannot drop silage in a silage bunker. Which is a little, I think that's a little bit unfortunate, because frequently what I would do is, if I'm mixing this stuff for food, I'd grab an almost full bucket. I'd grab a full bucket, I'd tip what the TMR mixer would take, and then it would be really nice to be able to empty what remains of the silage from the bucket in the bunker. But it doesn't let me do that. So if I come to here, I can't tip it, which is a little unfortunate. So the only way to deal with the silage once you've shoveled it is to, okay, I want to put this back in the bunker. I have to put the entire bucket in the bunker. Now that could be a function of the either the silage bunker mod or the bucket that I have. But you're not supposed to be pushing silage in a silage bunker. You push the chaff, you roll the chaff, you cover it, and then you're done with shifting what's in the bunker around. Okay. So the plan for today, we will be fertilizing the corn to at least get us a good yield, and hopefully a good what's the other thing, environmental score from it. Our environmental score isn't that great, and the BGA doesn't give us an environmental bonus, so we get what we get here. I think the BGA is currently offering the best price. Silage, grass, silage, right there. Actually, it's not. Exports is, which is the place across the road. I should be going to the place across the road. Well, shucks. Maybe we'll take our very last load there. That was only 5,000. So while this, I mean, this is not a bad cart, plus we got it cheap. So we're going to keep it around for moving stuff on the farm. But frankly, I think we do need a forage wagon that's capable of carting quite significantly more stuff. The downside with that, I am going to need more horsepower on this tractor, so I think the first thing I want to do is upgrade the engine probably completely, so 305 horsepower. That will set me back 40,000, which we currently have in the bank, but it's not that much. I guess Teenage Osa doesn't want to go to her event today. She has some homework to do, and she has some other stuff to do, and she's choosing to watch TV. Which won't make Mrs. Osa very happy. But we had all that last night. Anyway, let's grab what we can from here. And obviously, it would be nice to have a telehandler for this. Because there's the four-wheel steering, which gives us the ability to crab steer. So we can sidle up to the sidewall and sidle away from the sidewall without getting stuck. The problem with a tractor is that front loader sticks out further. So as you get close to the wall, you can't reverse away from the wall without the bucket swinging to the left into the wall. Okay, oh, we're way too high. There we go. And I missed a bit behind us, but that's okay. So like here, I can't turn too sharply because the bucket hits the wall, so it takes quite a bit to shuffle away from the wall before we can start using more of our turn capabilities. Still, this is all good. Oops. And to the final part. And then every 2 or 3 loads I pull out of the clamp, I have to shovel up what drops out of the bucket, because magic. And that magic silage that's not in the bucket but is being moved by the bucket does count against the weight load of the bucket. So we end up with many times trying to reverse out with the back wheels off the ground. There we go. Now once you're outside the silage clamp, it doesn't pick up, oh come on, it doesn't pick up as much extra stuff. There we go. Down to steering level. So I'm still dropping stuff. So sort of a volume in the bucket and a volume outside of the bucket. Now I do know one of the might be the CSC pack. load. Leveler, active or deactive. If you deactivate it, it doesn't pick stuff up. So that actually disables as it's described, the leveler function. All other buckets have a leveler function which is always active. So when you're trying to level off the there we go. Something like that anyway. Let's try and get the front wheels on the ground. But yeah, when you're trying to level off the chaff, it's kind of handy because it lets you shovel off the tops of the big mounds, and then it will it will drop some stuff into the valleys. So it's kind of a handy function, but when I'm trying to pick up silage, I kind of don't want that to happen. But even if I had the CSE bucket, I would have to take it into a workshop to turn it on and off as a leveler. Okay, potentially, I think, one more bucket. We're clear at this end. So I'm kind of happy. This silage bunker has been very easy to empty. And fill. Well, fill was questionable. It did end up we did end up getting stuck on the side of it. But now we have a big bucket. I kind of, would it be a good idea to get the Fence 700? I'm kind of a mixed feeling about the idea of getting a used tractor versus new. These both are new, and we're already up to 6 hours on this one and 15 on the other one. Over 15 on the other one. And we still have a lot of maintenance. Bucket has a little bit more ways to go. Okay, that's better. Get the last bit. Okay, 1048. That's it. We are done. Although, the Valtra Q does have a loader arm as well. I think I can get away with just putting down the bucket over here. Okay, we'll keep the loader arm on. Put the... Oops. That wasn't quite what I was planning. Actually, you know what? We'll take the loader arm off. Oh, and I also, we did a couple of upgrades on this. So, without a weight on the front, or with the maximum weight